Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go.
Hey, it's the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Back to boxing. Now, man, Jarrell Miller, man, he signs a fight with Duhuapus, man. And I'm really excited to see this fight come to fruition, man. Duhuapus, man, is a great fighter for Jarrell Miller. I'm really excited that this fight's even happening at all. And it was crazy because I just made a video today, actually, about him fighting a top opposition and not too many people can beat him. Now, I do think that this is going to be a great fight for Jarrell Miller. Don't you guys forget that Jarrell Miller is signed to Eddie Hearn, and he's actually going to be on the undercard of the Daniel Jacobs fight. And they're both Brooklyn natives, both signed by Eddie Hearn, Daniel Jacobs and Jarrell Big Baby Miller. And, to top the icing on the cake, they're also, managed by Al Heyman as well. So this is going to be a huge fight for them, man. They're trying to really build like a Brooklyn card, all Brooklyn. And Brooklyn fighters, man, they sell. Let's be honest. Brooklyn fighters sell a lot. They're really exciting. They always bring the numbers, man. Brooklyn is one of the biggest places in boxing in America to fight. Besides Vegas, it's Brooklyn. It's Madison Square Garden. So I'm really excited to see that this fight's happening. It's going to be a great fight. When you look at Duhuapus' record, it doesn't look too phenomenal, but he's fought a lot of tough opposition. A lot of people, they look at he's been on a winning streak, actually. He's been knocking out two of his last three opponents. And the Povetkin knockout, that was like, the only reason why that fight even happened is because Stavern pulled out because they figured out Alexander Povetkin was on steroids, right? And he basically just came in the ring to fight. And the guy was wearing tennis shoes. It was sort of crazy. So that fight can be called into question. It's not really can be called into question. It should be called into question. I'm surprised boxing itself doesn't rule that fight a no contest just because we knew the guy was on steroids. It wasn't sanctioned by any sanctioning bodies. And, he basically just hopped in the ring within a 24-hour period, which was just sort of crazy, So, ever since then, he's been winning. So, Duhuapus should be looked at as a fresh fighter as at this point, and this is gonna be a great fight. Now, Duhuapus, I always thought, man, he has a granite chin, man. I'm not sure. I think he's probably recovered from the knockout on Alexander Povetkin. It was a while back, and he has a chin. He was taking a lot of bombs from Wilder, and his chin, I think it's still held up, man. One thing Duhuapus has, he actually has some power, man. He actually was able to hurt Wilder a couple times in that fight, and I'm really excited to see what he can do to Jarrell Miller. I do think he hits a little bit harder than Jarrell Miller, even though I think Jarrell Miller has incredible stamina. And I do think Jarrell Miller can overwhelm Duhuapus. I think it'd be a great fight. There's different dynamics in the fight. I think at range, Duhuapus has an advantage. And I think in range, close inside, like if it's an inside fight, definitely Jarrell Miller has an advantage. So this is definitely going to be a good fight, man. I'm really excited to see this fight come to fruition. It's going to be in a Daniel Jacobs undercard. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a co-main event, if not the main event, but probably co-main event. Daniel Jacobs, right? I think that's Eddie Hearn's primary focus because, Daniel Jacobs is a supreme athlete. Let's say that. He's a supreme athlete. Jarrell Miller, while he's athletic, finding the champions is a tough task, to say the least, Eddie Hearn does own, I guess he co-promotes Anthony Joshua. He owns him, so, if we ever see a Jarrell Miller versus Anthony Joshua, we don't know. But it'd be crazy to see that, So we're gonna see how this fight turns out, man. Talking about Anthony Joshua and Jarrell Miller anyway, it's sort of really weird because, Jarrell Miller signed to Al Heyman, but Eddie Hearn promotes him. But Eddie Hearn promotes Anthony Joshua as well. So if Jarrell Miller wants to fight Anthony Joshua, I wonder how they're gonna work that out. Because Al Heyman might tell Eddie Hearn, he's like, hey, I'm his manager. I want him to fight, our advisor. That's what they call it. I advise him to fight Anthony Joshua. I wonder what Eddie Hearn would do. We can see if this ever prevents him from fighting Anthony Joshua. We don't know what can happen. I'm not too sure what the rankings are in the IBF, and soon to be. We don't know WBO if he ever gets that belt, or the WBA because he may be able to get 3 of the 4 titles. So I don't know how high he is, but I mean, being a duopa would definitely skyrocket his ranking if he gets past him. So I'm really excited to see his Jarrell Miller's future. You know, phenomenal fighter, one of my favorite fighters to watch at heavyweight. You know, undefeated, big. He sparred in Deontay Wilder too. Heard stories about that. So I mean, he's battle tested to say the least, right? So yeah, man, he's scheduled to fight Duhapus, man. Let me know how you guys feel about it. I'm really excited to hear about this fight, man. Duhapus is a great fighter. He definitely has a chance to win this fight. So I'm really excited to see what happens. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Peace.